week, some screenshots have been floating all over Twitter and TikTok, and they claim to show what looks like medical records tied to Chrisean Jr. Now, I'm not saying they're real, but I'm also not saying they're fake. I'm just reporting what's being discussed and what's visible on those posts. Claiming. Now, these images were posted by an account going by the name King K's. Now, I will say I went and looked at this account, y'all, and the account is gone. So I don't know if the account got flagged or taken down because of the information posted or what. Now, what they posted, they did not hold back at all. They accused Chrisean, her team, and even Blueface of lying to the public about the child's condition, saying that people tried to make it seem like the baby was healthy when in reality, he's been dealing with a lot. They also went off on anyone defending her, saying that the proof is in the child. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that any of this is confirmed. Again, this is allegedly. I don't know how these records were obtained, and I'm not verifying whether they're legitimate or not. But what I can tell you is that these allegations are spreading fast.
So apparently somebody that leaked Chrisean Rock and Jr.'s medical records from when he was born, listing the list of issues that he had. One of the issues being alcohol fetal syndrome, another one dealing with his ophthalmology, dealing with his sight, something else dealing with pulmonary, dealing with his lungs. I'm gonna tell y'all like this: there's so much fake news going on right now. I'm gonna take this with a grain of salt, even though the person who posted it tagged Blueface and Carlissa in it. Also proving that she didn't take no prenatal vitamins when she was pregnant. Listen, y'all, when you have a baby, there are so many tests that are performed during, after your labor, right? So if the doctors found something that could have been a cause due to the neglect of the mother, she would have had some type of consequence. Chrisean suffered no consequence, which is why I take this so-called news with a grain of salt. But we all know something going on. So I don't know if the hospital that she had the baby at, it is a well-known hospital for celebrities, and they do tend to cover shit up. But I'm pretty sure nobody not about to risk losing their license, misdiagnosing a child who's clearly having all of these difficulties and developmental delays. They're not gonna write something like, "Oh, the baby is healthy," when the baby not healthy. Like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe they had advised her to get the baby certain kind of help, and they probably worded it on the paperwork as if it was natural causes and not due to the neglect of the mama. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? All I know is there's a story going around showing fake or true diagnosis and records from the baby. I don't know.
So there's been some medical documents that have been released that people were saying are the medical documents of Junior, Chrisean's son. I'm going to tell you where to go to watch this on YT in a minute. So I don't know if these are actually Junior's medical records, but I will say that the medical records appear to have been written by a medical professional, just the terminology that was used and stuff. Okay? I do believe there's somebody's medical records. All right? Now, the one thing that makes me a little leery about it is it says that the mother admitted to prenatal substance abuse, and it listed some substances that she admitted to. I just find it hard to believe that Chrisean would ever even admit that.
I just recently made a video about Chrisean Rock when she was doing the live stream with Ray J. And the only reason that I'm making another video about Chrisean is because of the information that you just seen in the previous clip. Her son, Junior, they're saying that that is his medical record and that he has a lot of things going on with him. And it was due to what Chrisean Rock was doing while she was carrying him, while she was pregnant. That, she was doing drugs, she was drinking, she was doing, all these things that affected him developmentally and how he ended up growing and processing things now as a full, as a child. And so this is what I think about that. Three things as far as the medical record. One, there's no proof that's actually the medical record for Junior. Two, if that truly is the medical record for Junior, then there's HIPAA violation somewhere in that. Because why would you put a child's information out there unless it's the mother saying this is what's going on with my child? We don't have a right to know. And for someone to put that information out there about a child or alluding to, if it's not actually his information, alluding to that's his information, why would you do that to a child? Three, why would people repost that information about a child's medical condition, whether it's Junior or someone else, and then just spread it throughout the internet? I feel that he's a child. Why? At one point in time when I was growing up, people didn't talk about other people's children. They didn't, they just left it as that. They didn't go around spreading information about other people's kids. They left kids alone. They left kids out of it. So to do that to her when it comes to her child, because you have to think about, regardless of what you think about Chrisean, she's still human. According to Chrisean, she gave her life to Christ. She confessed that Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior, and she's trying to change. Change do not happen overnight. Then you also have to have the right people around you, especially if she was dealing with drugs, especially if she was dealing with alcohol, especially with her being in a toxic relationship with someone that she was in love with. She's dealing with all that. Then, if her child has medical conditions, she's also dealing with that. And she may even feel guilty about that. And then for people to come online and just start posting information saying, look what's wrong with Chrisean's son, Junior. She keeps saying he's fine. She keeps saying he's okay. But according to the medical record, it's not. Why is she lying? Why do you care? Unless you're going to pray for her, what's going on with her son is no one's business unless she wants to put it out there. Everyone who's saying that she needs to say what's wrong with her son, everyone who said that she needs to stop lying about her child, put your medical record out there. Let people know what's going on with you. Let people know what's going on with your child if you have a child. Let people know what's going on with someone in your family. You'll feel the same way. It's none of y'all business. Why I have to tell? Regardless if she's famous or not, regardless if she's known or not, some things are for her and for herself only and the people that she wants to share it with. And when it comes to her child, that's her responsibility and her determination if she wants to share his medical situation with the world or not. We're not privy to that. We don't. Why do people feel they need to know every little thing about a person? Why? So they could just talk about them? And everything that I've been hearing about her, even if it's true, I'm still going to pray for her. Even if it's true, I still want her to do good. Even if it's true, I still want people in her life that's going to help her succeed. I would pray for her son instead of talking about what he got, what's going on with him. I would pray for him. That God heals him, that God covers him, that God look after him, that God take care of him, that God makes sure that he has everything he needs, especially love. And that she gets the same thing, that she know that she is loved by God and by all other Christians that's looking at her as a child of God. I'm not going to be part of, oh, let's talk about her child. Let's talk about her. I don't get it. I seriously do not get it. And anything that you're going through, Chrisean, you need to bring it to God. Don't let these people irritate you. Don't let these people get to you. Be like me. I tell God is our Father. I tell Him on everybody. If you're aggravating me, if you're poking at me, if you're trying to get to me for whatever reason, I'm telling God. I'm gonna let Him deal with you. I'm gonna leave you to God. Because I don't have time. I deal with PTSD. I don't have the mental brain width to deal with certain things and how certain people act, because there's so many evil people out here in the world that is such a shame and is sinful. I'm talking for you to just sit around talking about a child, what's going on with a child, and you don't even know if the medical information that's out there is true or not. I remember one time I was talking to my mother. And I was telling my mother that it's a lot that you can learn from Genesis when it comes to Adam and Eve and being in speaking to the serpent. Eve should have thought about when the serpent came to her and was telling her that if she eat from that fruit, she would be just like God, and that she would have the knowledge that God has. The first thing I was sitting there thinking as I was reading that was, why do you care? What is it to you if she could be like God or not by eating the fruit? What will it benefit you, the serpent, if Eve was like God or not like God, if God was holding something back from her or not holding something back from her. What would it benefit you for her to have to eat that fruit? It benefited Satan, the devil, the snake, because they ended up getting kicked out of the garden. They ended up sinning against God. So a lot of times when people bring in the information to you, you have to think, what is it benefiting you putting that information out there? How do that benefit you putting medical records out about a child? It don't benefit you. All it do is hurt that person, and that's what you want to do. You want to hurt that person because you gain nothing by putting that information out there, but hurting the mother of that child. It doesn't benefit the child to have the information out there, and it don't benefit the mother. But just like the snake, it didn't benefit him if they knew what God knew. It just hurt them, and it hurt God. It hurt the father, and it hurt the children.